Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our live broadcast. I'm just going to bring in our Instagram followers. Welcome, everyone on Instagram. I will juggle between the two of you and keep you all informed. So thanks, everyone, for coming on along to our live broadcast. This is Water Week officially. Today, Monday, is the beginning of Water Week 2025. And the idea behind our slightly earlier live broadcast, for the last 5 years, we've actually done a broadcast on WaterNight itself, which this year is Thursday night. But this year we thought, g'day Kirsty, welcome. This year we thought we'd do a live broadcast earlier in the week, just to share with you, and particularly with anyone new to WaterNight, just exactly what it's about, a little bit of a background on the work that's being done, most importantly, the research, what's backing up the what data is coming through in terms of how we can approach behaviour change and raising awareness about the importance of water. So by doing it a couple of days in advance, share it with your friends, share it with your schools, share it with your workplace, share it with the family, of course, and sign up at www.waternight.com.au. We have some wonderful guest speakers tonight. We've got Dylan from the Central Coast Council. He's going to talk about what their council and speak on behalf of what councils are doing in terms of raising that water awareness through the council side of community. We also have a wonderful discussion about products and how different products can affect the amount of water you use. And we've got Bernie joining us, who'll be joining us a little later. But for now, I just wanted to welcome you all, acknowledge that I'm broadcasting to you from the lands of the Gadigal people here in Sydney. And of course, water has and always been such an important part of the history and more so the ongoing maintenance and care of landscapes for thousands of years here. So it's wonderful to be building this awareness. We're now into our 6th year of WaterNight, and we've actually gone international now. We have some cities in England, which I'll let Chris from the Water Conservancy talk to you about that. And this year we're also seeing, I believe, 4 buildings around the are going to be lit up blue on WaterNight. Again, as another way to raise awareness and to illustrate to people, well, I suppose, open conversations and say, well, why is this building blue? Since you asked, let me tell you. So without any further conversation from me, I'd like to bring Chris Philpott in, and he's the director of the Water Conservancy and has been behind WaterNight since its inception, waving the flag blue. Chris, welcome. How are you?
Yeah, hey Costa, I'm great, thank you. I'm excited to bring WaterNight to Australia for the 6th year running. How great's that? 6 years running, hey? It's brilliant.
Unreal.
Yeah, really good.
I was looking at an email list because I was looking for the run sheet from you, and I scrolled down the list and I saw, it's going right back into the sort of, 2018, 2019 that all of this sort of begun, which is, it's just wonderful to see it building momentum and, really making an impact through organizations, through families, and also through community.
Yeah, absolutely. It really is. It's growing year on year. We're seeing more and more people get involved. We're seeing Aussie households signing up. We're seeing improvements in people's water knowledge and people's water awareness every year. And that's what it's all about. It's just a fun way that we can, learn about water more by just going for 5 hours from 5 till 10 p.m. without using water. And that experience in itself is enough just to make us go, wow, like I didn't realize that I use water as often as I do. You know, all those times you use water that we don't know about. You know, so
yeah, and it's that nudge, isn't it? That we take it for granted. We just accept that wherever we are, we turn a tap on, and whether that's in a public toilet or down at the local park or at someone's house, we turn the tap on and we just expect that there's going to be this clean, potable water. And we kind of lose track of the amount of energy that goes into making that water available, that it gets pumped big distances, it gets filtered, it gets cleaned. It doesn't just flow miraculously from a cloud into a pipe and to your house. And that's really what it's all about, isn't it? Like, nudging people in the sense that you start to address your habits.
Yeah, that's right. It's all about just trying to address those habits. That's why the theme of WaterNight this year is from habit to hero. So if we can think about our habits and change our habits from bad water habits into good water habits, then we can all become water-wise heroes. That's the idea. And you're absolutely right. Our research shows that, most of us don't really think about how water is getting to our home. And as you mentioned, the energy that goes into treating and pumping water to get it to people's houses. When we're turning on the tap, we're too busy with our everyday life to think about, wow, my fabulous water utility has done all these amazing things to make sure that I've got, good quality, pure, high quality treated drinking water that's safe to drink. According to the Australian drinking water guidelines, we're so lucky in Australia that we have water coming to our homes of that quality. And it's good just for 5 hours a year as a starting point. Let's give that a bit of thought, and let's think about it, and let's try and understand how water's getting to our homes. And we've got loads of materials available to everybody that signs up to WaterNight to really learn more about their water. And it's actually, obviously I'm very biased because I love the industry and I love what water means, but it's important for all of us to understand it and know it, really, because it's our life. We wouldn't be here without water. We all need water to live, right? So
it's interesting, isn't it? Because the other reality that people can garner from this exercise is that not only is water precious, but the actual reality of hot water is next level, because there's all that extra energy that's gone into that. And at a time when energy savings are critical cost of living questions, this puts it into even more perspective that you are wasting energy, which means you are wasting money, not just water. So it's a double down when people stop and actually dissect what's involved with getting water to, a tap or in a cup or into your kettle.
Yeah, that's so true. Heating water is about 40% of our household energy bill. And if you think about showering in particular, hot water that we have in showers is energy, it's water, it's carbon footprint, it's greenhouse gas emissions. By reducing our shower times, we are not only saving water, but we're also saving, helping the environment, helping climate change, reducing our energy consumption, saving our wallets too, because we're saving money on our water and our energy bills. I think the average is around $700 or $800 per household from reducing their shower time from 8 minutes down to 4. So, in a cost of living crisis, to save that much money from having a few minutes less in the shower, that's serious dollars, really, so that's something for everyone to consider. Showers are a huge, important area. We've found that 2/3 of Aussies shower for 5 minutes or more, and a lot of us are showering for 3 or 4 times a day. I find that staggering that you would shower more than once a day, but some of us shower 3 or 4 times a day. So it's something to think about, I think.
Yeah. Actually, I just have to. I don't want to break Bronwyn's spirits here, but Bronwyn said, "I'm prepared. I'm prepared. Not water usage at all tonight. Kettle is full, and I've got a bucket of water if need be. That will go on a garden tomorrow. Got a new water meter through our local council 2 weeks ago. Gee, I really notice now my usage and try not to waste. Well, Bronwyn, can I say that this is the wonderful preparation. This is like the test run that you're doing today, because WaterNight is actually Thursday and we're just having this conversation tonight. But given you've got your new water meter, you don't want to wear it out in the first week. So this way, if you're not using water, the meter's not ticking over and getting corroded. So Bronwyn, thank you for jumping the gun and it's official, Chris, our first WaterNight contributor is Bronwyn Simpson.
Oh, yeah.
Round of applause. She's jumped out of the blocks a few days early, but we love you, Bronwyn, and you're an example for everyone. And if you want to do it again on Thursday night, we back you even further. So
please,
good on
please
you,
sign up, Bronwyn. We'd love you to sign up at waternight.com.au. So we can tell that we know you're doing it because you're so enthusiastic, but we're trying to log all these people, everyone that's doing it, so we can all join the family, the WaterNight family. That's the best way.
Bronwyn's going 3 times a day in Scotland. So she's coming into us. Bronwyn's coming into us from Queensland. So thanks, Bronwyn. So are there any final key findings you want to share with us, Chris, about just where people and where the data is interacting with this habit and behavior and that concept of trying to change that and shift it?
Yeah, it's super interesting, the research we've done this year, because it's sort of reinforces what we found previous years, is that, without meaning to criticize everyone, because we're all so busy, we don't have time to consider water as much as anything else. There's lots of things in our life to think about, gardening and energy and water and everything we do, picking up our kids. There's so much to consider. So, but awareness is such a huge thing. We found that there's a big difference between people's intent and people's reality. And people say that they are very conscious of their water use and that they're already doing everything they can to save water. And people say that they really care about the environment and do the right thing by climate change. But in reality, the way we're actually using water is very different to how we think we use water. And when we ask people questions, we found that people are taking longer showers than they think they are. And people are underestimating the amount of water they're using. So, the average in the country is around 200 litres of water per person per day. But actually 1 in 4 people think that they're using under 50 litres. So, there's a big difference between what we really use and what we think we use. And we generally think we're much better than we are. But we shouldn't take that as a criticism. We should take it as an opportunity to make a difference. Yeah. So and WaterNight provides us with that opportunity. It really does. Yeah,
exactly. I like that intent and the reality. And it's good. WaterNight's like a checkup. It's that chance to actually address that.
It is,
I've got a comment here from Coco68. Hi, Chris. When I used to have a houseboat, saving water, making sure no waste went into the River Murray was challenging, but I succeeded. Taking water in blue bottles full of fresh water was the hardest, and in that sense, what he's saying is that the physical effort of carrying water, we don't carry water, but you think about how many people around the world have to walk to get water, and then you're not taking it for granted at all.
Yeah, that's a huge thing. And that experience would have made him very water aware. And in the same way that people living off grid with a rainwater tank in their garden, they're very water aware as well, for obvious reasons. They collect their water and they have to use it sparingly on their garden and in their homes. But the people that those of us like myself that live in towns and have an urban supply, and we have what feels like an unlimited supply when you turn on the tap, which obviously isn't unlimited, but it sometimes kind of feels like it could be, because whenever you turn on the tap, it's there waiting for us, isn't it? When we're so lucky.
Yeah. So, Chris, are you happy if I bring Bernie into the conversation?
Yeah, I think, Bernie's got some great stuff to contribute when it comes to showering. And sort of off the back of that shower research I was talking about, I'm sure he's got some good stuff to say. Yeah, it'd be great to bring in Bernie.
All right. Well, so everyone, Bernie's the founder of Shower Star, and this year he was the winner of the Smart Drop Excellence Award for 2025 because of the shower product that he created. So, Bernie, welcome to our WaterNight discussion. Great to have you here, and congratulations from the other night when we launched WaterNight, and you were presented with your Smart Drop Excellence Award. Can you tell all the viewers and listeners a little bit behind what it was that you've created and won the award for?
Sure. Well, firstly, thanks for having me on, Costa and Chris. Lovely to see you guys again, and hoping for a good turnout this year for WaterNight. So yeah, a little bit about Shower Star. I actually come from an energy efficiency background, so I originally got interested in showering because of the amount of energy required to heat water, but sort of quickly started to learn about the water side of it, the sort of the amount of water that gets consumed in showers. And as a father of 3 teenage daughters, I'm acutely aware of that, and having lots of conversations about get out of the shower, you've been in there for 10, 15, 20 minutes at a time with teenage daughters has been something that my wife and I have had to deal with for quite some time. So that's sort of, it's partly through my work background, partly through personal experience, like family lived experience with my kids, that I just saw what an enormous amount of water and energy gets wasted in showering. And so that's what really led us to develop up the Shower Star product, as a way to make people more mindful when they're showering on a daily basis. So I also had a lot of experience with energy efficiency programs where the sort of traditional shower timers were used. I think a lot of people in our space recognize the value of saving water in showers, of shorter showers, but have used traditional timers, but really realized that they weren't getting the job done. People had to, each time they get into the shower, they had to sort of manually turn the timer on. And if it ran, when the timer expired, it didn't sort of notice. So we set about just trying to reimagine what a shower timer could look like, and how we could prompt people, how we could sort of nudge people gently, just to make them more mindful, not to do anything too drastic, but just to make people mindful. And we've had some great results with that in some trials that we've been doing with water utilities around the country.
Yeah. Well, yeah, thanks, Bernie. How, Chris, are you were you getting a little bit of fallout there with Bernie? Or did you hear him okay?
Oh, no, it's okay for me, actually. Heard that okay. Sounded good.
You heard him okay? Yeah, okay.
Cool.
No, there was just a little bit of drop out there at the end, but I think we got through it. The Be Safe Beekeeping Supplies have just said that they have 7,500 litres in water tanks that we water the garden with again. And who's this here? Layla. Said, I only water my garden from the tank water. Water tank is connected to the toilets as well. I'd like to know what else I can do to save water. Yeah, well, we've put that out there to everyone listening here on Facebook and Instagram as well. Let us know what you're doing. What are those little things that you're doing? Hi, Paul Bishop, Councillor Paul Bishop, joining us from up in Brisbane. Again, council full locations where we can share this information and really put it out there to the community through respected channels. You know, councils are those go-to places. So, Paul, thanks for all the work that you do with the council up there. I really appreciate it. So let's see. I'll just do a quick little check. Is there any final thing you'd like to add, Bernie, before we move on?
Maybe just two things I would say. What I've noticed in working with energy efficiency programs, Costa, is often people, I think, feel a little bit helpless when we talk about climate change and we talk about just conservation in general, about things that they can do. And the sort of the standout line or quote that sort of drives me and everything that we do is a Japanese guy, and it was, individually we're a drop, together we're an ocean. So on that sort of water theme, and this is whole idea of everybody acting collectively. So you think that changing from 8 minutes to 4 minutes doesn't really matter, but when we do that across society, when you aggregate all of that contribution, it makes a huge difference. The potential for impact across society and across systems and so on is enormous. So we think about the amount of energy we can save, about the amount of water we can save. It's just enormous. So I think that, in keeping with the theme of from habit to hero, it's your daily choices really matter. So what each of us does collectively all really does matter. So I think that's the sort of number one thing I'd impress upon people. And I think also with, maybe if you just a quick one, if you do have teenage kids, maybe just try and track showering. What we've noticed, there's this thing called the everything shower that's very popular in social media circles, where teenagers are spending unbelievable amounts of time in the an hour or more at times in the shower. It's part of a sort of a cleaning ritual, a beauty ritual, doing facial and hair and shaving legs, and they're just very sort of, teenagers can be very sort of obsessed with how they look. And so parents, if you are looking for opportunities for savings, that's a big one. I mean, I get constantly approached by people telling me about their kids in the shower, and it's a good time. It's a good opportunity to teach them about the amount of water that's used, as well as the amount of energy that's used. So those would be my two sort of things that I could leave with the guests.
Yeah. Wow. Well, I think the microphone drop there was very succinctly put. Individually, we're a drop, but collectively, we're an ocean. And that really does validate anyone's thoughts, as you said, that, oh, I'm not making a difference, or, oh, there's businesses using more water than me, or the people leave the sprinklers on at the park for too long and it's on the road and the pavements, and there's always that opportunity to point the finger, but doing what's right is different to just grandstanding, and I really like that, and it's one that I'll use this week in all of my conversations, because it is those small steps that matter. The big changes, as someone who was it that said, peak bodies could help with sharing info, local government, New South Wales and others. Yeah, I agree, Mel. And I think this is why we have our couple of council representatives coming on, and we've got Paul there who's in a council up there in Brisbane. Ultimately, they can direct that information, and things like this get the information out there. But at the end, it's how we make it accessible and doable in the theme that Chris was talking about, from from habit to hero. And those small things are hero things. They're not little things. They're actually big things. So, well, look, Bernie, thank you for joining us and being part of this. And so, where do people get hold of the timer?
If you go to touchgrid.com, there's a link there to the store, and yeah, you can purchase them online at the moment.
Yeah, okay. Well, maybe if you want to type that into the chat, then people can see that. And as Chris said, particularly for those tweens and teen years where they don't necessarily want to hear from mum or dad about management and control.
Oh, it's not so much control. It's just about nudging and making people aware. I think that's the most important thing. But yeah. But anyway, thank you for having me on. Best of luck with WaterNight this week. And we'll be following it. We'll be participating. So
cheers, Benny.
Good luck with it all, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you. Take care.
Hey, Costa, before we move on, I just wanted to give an update on sign-ups. If everybody who's listening to this live stream could sign up at waternight.com.au, that would be absolutely fantastic. We're looking to boost our sign-ups by 200 tonight, just in the 1 hour. And we've had 17 people sign up since 6 p.m. So we must be saying some right things and encouraging people. So yeah, it'd be great if everyone could follow suit and sign up. It'd be brilliant. Thanks.
There we go. Waternight.com.au. I'll put that up as a banner.
Fantastic.
Just to remind people. And we can go from there.
And by signing up, it's free. You're just committing to basically participate in WaterNight on this Thursday from 5 till 10 p.m. and go without using water.
All right. So that takes us up to Clarissa. Where is Clarissa? Let's bring Clarissa in from the Water Conservancy. Clarissa.
Hi, everyone. Hi.
How you going?
Hey.
Yeah.
Good to see you. Tell us a little bit about the competition and how people can enter and what to do and what they can win. And these are all little incentives that for some people they like an incentive, and incentives are good. Tell us a little bit about what's in the lolly bag.
Yeah, absolutely. And thanks for letting me join. It's great to see everyone. It's great to see everyone in the comments. I'm so glad that there's so many people already very engaged and involved. Like this competition that I'm about to talk about, I'm also very new to WaterNight and new in this role. So I'm very excited to launch the Tap Guardians competition with Chris. So it's just another really fun way to participate in WaterNight, a really fun and creative way for families, adults and kids to get involved. It's a way to celebrate our everyday heroes as well as to save water and, explore a bit of a creative side, which is really exciting. Let me just quickly share my screen. Share my screen. And so let's just share this.
Oh, here you go.
We'll present this.
Let me see where it is.
Screen. Let me know if you can see that.
Larissa, there you go.
Yes. Can everyone see that? That looks okay.
I'll bring it up now.
Okay, yeah, sure.
There we go.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah, so the Tap Guardians competition is something that's brand new this year. So it's pretty much aligned with our theme for From Habit to Hero, which is also a really exciting new theme that we've been working on this year. So it's all about bringing that kind of fun to life in a creative way for people to participate during WaterNight. And, you know, for us, a Tap Guardian can mean someone who takes small kind of everyday actions to protect and value our water. So we're giving everyone the opportunity to become a Tap Guardian themselves. And so we're actually inviting everyone who has signed up for WaterNight to create their own superhero mask. And you can download one of our masks you can download a design of 5 masks on our website. And all you have to do is decorate them, show us how creative you can be, some of your personality shining through the mask would be great too. And then once you've got your mask, you can snap a photo and then also tell us about who your everyday hero is. And that could be mum, dad, grandparent, could be a teacher, friend, really anyone who inspires you to make a difference in your life. And so it's just a way to celebrate for us, a way to celebrate, you know, the people who mean the most to us, as well as all the kind of heroic actions that can build up to massive impact during WaterNight, which is great. And I'll talk about the prizes in a little bit, which is really exciting. We have some really epic prizes for best decorated masks and most inspiring everyday hero stories. So again, just how to enter is number 1, you have to sign up for WaterNight, so waternight.com.au. And then you can head over to WaterNight. I'll add the link just after this in the comments. You'll head over to waternight.com.au/tapguardians, and that's where you can download your mask. You can also make your own mask, which we're very happy for you to do. We've also included some full face versions if there's any parents who are concerned about showing kids' faces. That's completely fine. There's full face versions if you don't want your kids' faces online. And then, yes, decorate your mask however you'd like, using any materials that you'd like. We'd love to see what people come up with. And then, of course, most importantly, snapping a photo and then telling us who your everyday hero was, who your everyday hero is, and including the photo of your mask. And we do ask you can either share on social media, so you can include the hashtags From Habit to Hero and WaterNight 2025, and then you can also make sure to tag WaterNight at WaterNight Official, or if you prefer, you can go to waternight.com.au/tapguardians to upload it directly onto the website. And yes, so first prize, best decorated mask, as well as most inspiring story, will get a Nintendo Switch 2, which is really exciting. I'm very jealous. And then second prize is a Kindle. And then the third prize is the Playmax gaming pack. So that includes a keyboard, a mouse pad, as well as a headset. And so entries are open now, and they do close the day after WaterNight, so 24th of October. We give people a chance to, if they wanted to decorate on WaterNight itself, they can still submit their photos up until midnight the day after, so the Friday. So don't wait. We have a lot of really great entries at the moment. Actually, I'll show that. I almost forgot. I'll show some of the entries we've gotten, which I've absolutely fallen in love with. So hopefully everyone can see. But yeah, these are some of the current Tap Guardians.
Yeah, look at these.
So these are fantastic, and I'm really hoping to see more. These are just some of them. So we'd love to see more friends and families and kids all get together and get involved, you know, celebrating their heroes, as well as celebrating the way that they love to save water at home as well. So yeah, it's a great way to spend WaterNight as well. So pretty excited about that. A lot of these entries are quite inspiring already, and the stories that they've given have been mostly mum, dad, grandparents, teachers, which is really great. So it's also just fantastic to see how, you know, the community comes together for something fun like this for WaterNight. So yeah, that's all I have to say about that. So I'll definitely put the link into the comments and people can join in there. But yeah, that's all from me.
Yeah, well, thanks, Clarissa. That was great. I think I love the images there, and we had a comment here from Gabby Milligate. How can I involve my early learning service? Well, I think probably a good thing that you could do there, Gabby, and chime in here, Chris and Clarissa. I think what you can do is actually share. Make the little masks. That's a great thing, and then the kids can go home, print out the banners like these things that you can get off the website, and have those at the sign-in book, and say, this week is WaterNight, and you could even do a little WaterNight event in the childcare during the day, where we say, okay, no one can touch the taps for 1 hour, and just make that kind of conscious awareness raising in the children. This isn't a strict formula. When we first started, we actually had, I think it was 6 a.m. till 6 p.m. Like it was a much more solid reality. Whereas, we're not there to, really peeve people off. We want them just to get nudged a little and to experience that kind of take for granted attitude. And that will inspire them, and that's what we want. We don't want to inconvenience people to the point that they just say, "Oh, bugger this," I'm not interested. And making it those 5 hours, well, it's pretty much that busy time of the night. It's 5 till 10 p.m. That's when people are coming home, and you do have to adjust your behaviour. So give that a crack, Gabby. Anything to add there, team?
I love that.
Clarissa,
I love that.
Chris?
Absolutely. No, you're absolutely right. Yeah, anyone can do WaterNight whenever they want to do it, but we just love you to sign up so we know that you're doing it. But it can happen in the daytime or anytime this week or anytime any other time of the year. Yeah, absolutely. Just get a great opportunity just to give it a shot in your own time, whenever suits you. Really, absolutely, that'll be good. Yeah, yeah. We've had a few entries coming in. We've had a few entries in the last 40 minutes. So thanks for that. And I've just put a link to a video on why we should save water in the chat as well. Like some people I saw were saying it's important to tell people why. What's the why? Why is it important? We've got a video all on that. So
yeah,
you can watch.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, Clarissa, thank you for the work you're doing, back of house and front of house, particularly around, those fun activities that's what we want, to get people involved, get all involved. As Gibber said, great work to all involved and great work to get everyone involved. I think that's fantastic. So thanks, Clarissa. And if you've got any questions, drop them into the chat, and Clarissa will be chipping away in the background there, adding any of the websites. I noted that someone wanted the website from Bernie, and we've put that up there. So if you need it again, just ask, and Clarissa will jump on and give you those websites and anything else. So thanks, Clarissa.
Thank you. Thank you.
All righty. Well, Chris, we're going to go onward now to meet the education manager at Central Coast Council. Dylan, I believe he's made it through with the reception. I'll just find him here.
Oh, great. Good stuff.
Dylan, there he is. Here he goes. Dylan, how are you?
Hey. Oh, muted.
Hello, can you hear us? Oh, you started, but then you dropped out. I don't know. Is the connection a bit loose? Oh, that's a bummer. Oh, there was a bit of signal there for a second. Feels like there's a loose wire.
Yeah, we can't hear you, Dylan.
I'll take him out and bring him back in and see whether that does anything. How's that, Dylan? Try again. No, that's a bummer.
It's not muted. Is this looks like the mic?
How was that?
Hey, that's better. Yep.
Yeah, no headset. That seemed to work.
No, I can't hear you guys.
How you going? Can you say anything? Oh, I'm hearing noise. I'm hearing scuffling and chortling, but no voice.
Oh.
All right. Well, Dylan, maybe we'll go to Rowan and we'll come back, and hopefully we might get to text. So from the Central Coast, we're going to the Goulburn Valley, down in sort of Victoria, down at sort of the Goulburn Valley. If you don't know it, it's sort of around Shepparton and down that neck of the woods. But I'm sure, Rowan, you can tune me up with my dodgy geography there. But here it is.
I can, mate.
Rowan,
it's not,
how are you?
Not too dodgy. That's not too bad, mate. So there's cows, there's fruit, there's water, there's channels. We've got everything up here, mate. So, yeah, you're pretty close. It's definitely Shepparton, right? Definitely Shepparton. But I'm coming to you from Tongala. And I've got a bit of an interesting story for you, Costa. Like 2 years ago, we had one of our more imaginative Tongala primary school parents, a mother of 4, in fact, dressed up as you for Book Week. So I don't know whether you saw that, but I'll make sure I send you the photo.
Please do. I'd love to see that.
Yeah, it was
so tell
quite
us,
interesting.
Tell us a little bit about how you're communicating in the council community side of things.
Yeah, well, we're obviously a water corporation here in the Goulburn Valley that takes in everywhere from Cobram up on the Murray River, across to Rochester, which is only a few kilometres short of Echuca, and all the way to Mansfield in the high country. And so it's a really diverse and far-reaching area. But we're really proud to be part of WaterNight, and I know some of our board and our executive, which Chris will be excited about, to put out the challenge to some of the other Victorian water corporations to get involved. And so this is a good chance to sort of thank Chris and Clarisse for their great work. And it's really good working with passionate people. But just got to say, when we do get to hear from Dylan, I'd love to hear some of his tips, Costa, because they're sitting on top of the registration ladder at the moment, and we're sitting down in 3rd spot. I know they've got a few more people in their service region, but they've had an amazing response. So I just wanted to say thanks to Dylan and congratulations to him, and tell him that we're aiming to be hot on his heels. But just to answer your question, I've just got off the phone not so long ago, and I know Chris knows this, but we're lighting up several of our towers and shire facilities and council areas in blue. And we've just had a bit of a win with one of our water treatment staff, which has been one of the exciting things. The buy-in from our staff has been enormous. And they're lighting up the Tatura water tower in blue. Have you ever been to Tatura, Costa?
Oh, yeah, yep.
So that's being lit up in blue, which is exciting. And we'll also have the Victoria Park Lake. The lighting all around the lake will be lit up in blue, along with the Maroop tower. Wow. Yeah, it's exciting. So it's a really pretty area. So they do a lot of different things in that area, and we've got them lighting up in blue, as well as our own office in Fryer Street. So that'll be lit up in blue as well. But some of the other things we're doing are your wonderful face is adorning the side of a bus that's running around picking up school kids at 3:15 and dropping them off at 9 o'clock in the morning at our schools. I saw it in action last week, picking up the kids from St Anne's College. So that's an exciting one. But
oh wow, that's a classic. I didn't realise.
Yeah, so that bus is stopping at about 11 different schools. I actually spoke to the bus operator last week, and it's caused lots of interest. So we feel as though we've got a bit of bang for our buck there, with the big WaterNight sign on the side of a Dyson school bus travelling all around the place. But it hasn't been too hard for us, Costa, and Chris will understand this, because to market this with our people has been really easy, because one of our staff actually won a dishwasher last year. So promoting it hasn't been too hard.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, that's fantastic. I mean, that's kind of what those little things can do. You know, it's not about trying to. Well, this isn't about selling stuff, and it's not about if you don't. This is not about entering it because you're getting something. It's actually they're just little cues to help spur some people along, and then once they're in, you know, there you have it. You kind of it kind of generates its own energy off the, you know, that prize giving uncertainty.
It's been a quite interesting period, certainly over the winter, and a bit unusual for us, which is why joining forces with the Water Conservancy and delivering WaterNight's been really important, because we had two of our towns in the middle of winter, Euroa and Violet Town, who were actually on stage 2 water restrictions before the rains came. And so for them, it was really important about getting a message out. So this is something that I'm sure they'll be really engaged with, having experienced that in July of all times. And we're in the process of putting together another Save Water message with another area of our service region, which has a bit of stress on their storage levels and has the potential for restrictions to be put in place if we don't rein their water use back in a little bit and ask them to learn a little bit more about how they're using their water and how they might be able to use it better. So it's probably pretty significant, our involvement in WaterNight, just because of those two things alone. But yeah, we feel as though the sponsorship dollar that we've spent's been really well spent. In the last month or so, we've had lots of social media interaction and engagement from our staff, and opportunities to enhance the water knowledge of our customers. So yeah, it's something our board and our executive are really keen to keep investing in, and being as they're the people that sign the checks, I'm sure we'll be able to.
Oh, well, that's fantastic. You're really taking it to that next level. Particularly, I mean, I mentioned at the top of the broadcast about the blue lights lighting up the buildings. It's such a subtle way of creating interest, just by changing the color of some bulbs to get people to ask questions, because it's people asking questions that's more powerful than us telling them 1,000,001 times and pointing fingers. You should, you must, this, come on, there's problems, be part of it. You know, like when they ask you, why is that blue? And you can say, well, since you asked, how about this? They're going to absorb it in a totally different way, aren't they?
Yeah, the engagement that this offers for us is enormous. Just having experienced the best method of delivering our water restriction messages has been face-to-face and giving people a bucket of all things, which might be worth 90 cents, but has a few messages on the outside of it. It's just coming up with different and imaginative ideas to deliver this message, which I know is part of Chris's whole theory, is important. And lighting up these facilities and having a water treatment staff who are prepared to go out of their way to figure out the best way, because there was a bit of a talk about using cellophane for a while there, which I don't know whether that would have been a success, but they've managed to find these stickers by going to a professional sign company, and they've invested a few extra dollars on our behalf to put this together for us. So thank you to the water treatment team.
Oh, well, look,
great to see some photos of that.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah. Rowan, thanks for everything that you're doing. You know, it's such a great example for those other water organisations and for other councils to see the groundwork and the continuity that you're building over these last few years, and it means a lot to the sort of WaterNight momentum, full stop. So big thanks, Rowan, and look forward to seeing how it all washes up for you on literally boom boom on Thursday.
Yeah, I'll pass that on to the team, but just really probably should recognise Greater Shepparton City Council for their efforts, because they came on board straight away without question, said, yep, we can do that, whatever we can do to help. So I know Clarice reached out as well, but one of our people had beaten it to the punch, so that was quite exciting. And yeah, we can't wait to have everything in blue, and we'll be sending a few photos and some videos through.
And they will be very valuable for next year's promotion. Let me tell you.
Absolutely.
So thanks so much. All right, Rowan. Well, thanks again, and we'll move on now. We'll go back to Dylan. So we've just gone from down in the Goulburn Valley. We're up to the Central Coast. The TARDIS is moving quickly. Dylan.
Hello, gentlemen.
Oh, loud and clear.
Oh, there we go. It wouldn't be a live stream without some technical difficulties. I just thought I'd be the one to contribute this time.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we appreciate
You're welcome,
it.
guys.
So tell us a little bit about what you've been able to implement in your role as education manager for Central Coast, and what impact you're having with your residents. It sounds like from what was said that you guys are really nailing it.
Yeah, thanks, Rohan, for those lovely words before. Look, WaterNight's something we take really seriously on the Central Coast. We like to drive a really big internal and external campaign. I like to think it sort of unites us together as a water utility. For those that don't know, we are a major water utility. We're just embedded in a local council, so it makes us a little bit unique in where we're placed. I guess on top of that, Costa, you mentioned just what we're doing as a council. So we do have a engagement and education framework here at council that really drives what we do. So we run water education programs through from early childhood all the way through to high school. We liaise with universities as well on the Central Coast and really look at running some STEM related programs in the water side of things. But yeah, honing in on WaterNight, it's something we take really seriously. We really we like to get out in person, whether that's internally or externally out in the community. So we do pop-ups at council depots and our offices. We go along to events where we give out lots of information. We have a lot of presence on our social media, media releases, or the whole shebang is how we try and push WaterNight here on the Central Coast.
Yeah, and what have you noticed over the last couple of years? Are people coming back and re-engaging?
Yeah, so for the last 2 years, we've been the region with the most sign-ups, which makes me really, really proud. And I suppose it really, shows that our community are signing up and the message is getting out there. I suppose another way to look at it, we try and analyze some performance metrics, really putting a number to what we're doing. So during last year's event, we actually saw a reduction in water demand by about 9.5 million litres. So being able to actually look at some numbers and go, hey, the community's buying in, people are actually doing WaterNight and participating. It's hard to know if, sign-ups necessarily translates into people doing WaterNight. So it's good to have a bit of data there, and I suppose the numbers don't lie. So yeah, hopefully, again, it looks, as Rohan alluded to, we're again leading the ladder in regional sign-ups, and hopefully, we take we have that big buy-in internally as well.
Well, congratulations for the work that you're doing, and we've got plenty of comments coming through here. Stephen said, we replaced our school toilet systems and went from wasting 50 litres a day on non-school days to less than 5 litres a day. That's one school in one toilet block. When you think about how many toilet blocks, how many toilets, how many taps, how much, like if we just managed the leakages, the amount of water that you're talking about, you're saving through your efforts would the data would be phenomenal. So the educational work that you're doing and that Rowan's doing through the water organisations, it's great to see, and we can just keep building on it, really.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it starts from the ground up. So there was a comment earlier, I think it was from Gabby, about early childhood education saving the world. And You know, we try and get to, you know, 1 or 2 preschools a week with our programs, and the amount of staff or people in the community who come up to us, you know, saying that their kids have come home and they're telling them to turn the taps off, and they're, you know, trying to implement water-wise tips, you know, so it's really good. I think you got to start with the kids and, you know, build from the ground up.
Well, thank you for your time tonight. Thank you for your ongoing support of WaterNight and the educational shifts that you're bringing about on the Central Coast, and by default beyond there as well, because of the example that you're setting. So, Dylan, thanks for your patience tonight and persistence in hanging in there and getting through the tech bummers.
No worries. Thanks for having me, Costa. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Dylan. See ya. All right, where's Chris gone? Chris. So, Chris, that was great. That was great to hear from Dylan and to see that continuity of work that he's doing with, you know, that generation of community up there. You know, there's a lot of young families up there as well, and it's wonderful to hear that message is going in and being repeated year on year. It's great stuff, Dylan. It's fantastic. So, Chris, that leaves us one last guest.
Okay. Who's next up?
I'll bring Daniel in.
Yeah, great.
Daniel.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Hello, Daniel.
Hey, Dan.
Oops.
Thank you very much.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm great. We're up here in sunny Darwin. Power and Water, obviously very delighted to be on board with WaterNight for 2025. Where shall we start? I think maybe if we pick up where Dylan left off with education, and probably just to share some great news in that this year will be the 10-year anniversary of the Power and Water That's My Water program, which is a curriculum-based program that's embedded within both public and independent schools throughout mainly Darwin, but also extending through to our bush schools and regional centres into the future.
Yeah, wow. I mean, 10 years. That's some continuity year on year there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think as Dylan and previous guests have mentioned, starting, and also with your tagline, Habit to Hero, we're encouraging younger generations, our children, to be able to have good water-wise habits. They're going to maintain those right through until adulthood. So it's a really good starting point to really engage with our customers and get them thinking about how precious water is, and the need to actually conserve water and not be so frivolous with it.
And what sort of connection have you had with WaterNight? Is that dovetailing nicely into the groundwork that you've been doing for a decade now?
Well, as I was invited to join this, I registered today. So this will be personally my first time participating in WaterNight, which will be easy for me. I'm not sure how my wife and kids are going to cope, but I'm really looking forward to the challenge. So what I will say to anyone who's listening, registering was very easy to do, took less than a minute. And there's a little survey you can also do, took less than a minute. And you're participating in a really worthwhile shared experience with everyone else.
Oh, I think that's a wonderful endorsement of exactly what Maurice and Chris want, you know, because you don't want a cumbersome sign up thing, you know, you just want it to be easy. And the signing up, if people remember, as Daniel said, like the sign up is important for the data so that we can see what's happening and get your experiences and add that information to the database to build year on year on year. And like 10 years in your program, 6 years of WaterNight now, all of this seemingly, I've got to sign up. What do I have to sign up? signing up validates your efforts rather than just sort of, oh yeah, I did it and that's it. You become that pixel. You become the pixel in the big picture, and the more pixels we have, the more we can see, rather than it just being a blurry image. So, yeah, thanks for explaining that, Daniel.
Yeah, and on the subject of data, I mean that's pretty crucial, and I'm sure you'll agree, Chris, with that survey information, asking simple questions. You're being able to, ask water consumers, which are all of us, where they think their water is being used most, and that data really can inform good decision making on where we can actually reduce unnecessary water consumption, save water. One of your guests, I think Ryan was mentioning earlier around, no, it was the shower guy, Shower Star.
Mm-hmm.
And all those little 1%ers that actually add up over time. Imagine if everyone was to do the same,
Mm-hmm.
and you get that data, you can really start to see trends which hopefully go in the downward trajectory of water consumption being, taken more seriously.
Yeah, we're using the WaterNight data to evaluate improvement in water knowledge. That's the big thing for us. So that's why we ask people to do this. They do the survey. People do the survey when they sign up, and people do the survey at the end after WaterNight. And we see an improvement of about 40% in people's understanding and knowledge of water in terms of how it gets to their homes. So thank you so much to everyone that participates, and thank you for doing this survey, because that is optional, that part. But that really helps us understand how much the WaterNight experience is improving your knowledge of water. It's really great to see.
One piece of advice I would offer for those of us up here in sunny Darwin who are participating in WaterNight is to look at your irrigation system and maybe just switch it off for that one night. If you've been irrigating regularly, your plants are going to survive for one night. It's going to be okay. You can put it on the following night.
That's all part of WaterNight, 5 hours without using water, taps, showers, but also irrigation and watering your garden. Absolutely, 100%. Yeah. And you go, Costa.
And Daniel, there's a building, a building lighting up in the colour of your shirt, I believe.
Well, this is the I don't know if you can see it, but this is the That's My Water shirt. So I'm wearing it with a great deal of pride.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, any final thoughts for Daniel, Chris, before we start to wrap up?
I was dreaming about the day that WaterNight is so popular that the whole of Australia is lit up blue. Every building is lit up blue. And although those people that in support of Earth Hour might have an issue with us. But
well, I don't know if you've been up to Palmerston specifically, Chris, but we do have a water tower here in Palmerston, which is something of an icon, which would look great in blue rather than cement grey. So maybe we can advocate for that in WaterNight 2026.
Yeah, that'd be great to see. Yeah. Well, we've got the Darwin Civic Centre lighting up blue. So take some photos of that one for us, please. That'll be great.
All right, I'll do my best.
Yeah.
That'll be great.
Cool. All right.
Well, Daniel, thank you so much for your time, and to everyone who contributed tonight. Thank you for your time. Juggling. What time is it up in Darwin at the moment? Sort of 6:30 or?
No, about 20 to 6.
Oh, because you've got it's daylight savings in parts of the country too. Yeah. Well, thank you for hanging back. Thank you for being part of our chat, and look forward to hearing how it all goes when we get together again next time.
All right, it's our pleasure.
Thanks, Dan.
Thanks a lot, Daniel. All right, Chris, I'll bring Clarice in, I should say. Sorry, Clarice.
That's okay.
So there we have it. Clarice, wrap us up in terms of the details that people need in case anyone's coming late. Where do they sign up, and what's in store?
Yeah, of
For
course.
Thursday night.
Yeah. So it's all happening Thursday night. That's WaterNight. It's happening from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. We're asking everyone to turn off their taps, their showers, their hoses just for 5 hours. So you can find out more information and register at waternight.com.au. We're just looking for people to see how long they can go without their taps. What's a really good piece of advice we have is fill up your water bottles, fill up some buckets that you might need. It's okay to use a toilet. We recommend, though, if you have to use a toilet, to use a half flush if possible. Yes, it's all about learning how much you actually reach for water just on a daily basis. It's quite interesting. One of the people that we've, just as an anecdote, one of the influencers we worked with at Central Coast, Sydney plant guy, Jan, he's amazing. He is also learning a lot about water. And he told me when I saw him the other week that just in the morning alone, just going to from Sydney to Terrigal, just before he made the trip, he reached for the tap 20 times. It's kind of really eye-opening to see how much we really reach for water and how much we use and how much we do take for granted. So I'd also love to see a lot of people joining the Tap Guardians competition. So waternight.com.au/Tap Guardians. If you'd like for people of all ages, not just kids, to join in. I've made a mask for my dog, Ollie, so hopefully I get to share a photo of that on social media. But yeah, so for more information, visit waternight.com.au.
I was just adding that waternight.com.au. What was it?
Tap Guardians.
Tap Guardians.
Yes.
I'll just put that up there, everyone. So if you want to find that, it's just there. You can cut and paste it. Yeah, well, Clarice, that's fantastic. Thanks for all the wonderful work that you've been doing. And I know Sydney Plant Guy has been spreading the word as well, which is great. Chris, any final words?
I suppose I should really say a big thank you to all our sponsors, many of whom have been on the live stream tonight. And thanks for your support. Without their support, we wouldn't be able to deliver the WaterNight campaign that we do. So, all of their funding goes towards bringing this to Australia and also to their regions. And that's fabulous. And that's what we're here for, really. We're here to support the water industry and help everybody in Australia, use water wisely. So it's fantastic. Like, just really excited about 6 years running. And also it's the third year that WaterNight's been operating in the UK as well. So we've also got WaterNight happening in the UK, obviously 11 hours later than it is happening here, but still 5 till 10 on Thursday, but just 11 hours later because they take that long for the planet to spin to be on that time zone for them. That's great to see as well. So may we bring WaterNight in the future to other countries across the world too, so they can too benefit from water awareness and water knowledge. That's our goal. We'll see how we go.
Yeah, well, I think it sort of comes back to what where was it? I shared it there. Can anyone remember the quote that I was captivated by right at the beginning?
The quote by Virgin, or each of us is
individually. Individually we're a drop, collectively we're an ocean.
Yeah.
That was a really lovely way of putting it. And all of these drops over 6 years, they're filling the harbour, and filling the harbour in little little bubbles, little morsels of information for people to work with. So thanks everyone for staying on. We've gone a little bit over 1 hour. It's an hour 10, but there was a few little technical issues, and I think we've done pretty well to get through all those wonderful speakers, hear from them, and provide you with some nice perspectives and inspiration to take it away over the next couple of days and spread the word. If you can spread this broadcast, if you can spread any of the posts that Clarice is doing with Water Conservancy and WaterNight, I've got stuff that I'll be posting. So spread it out there, share stuff as much as possible so we can really amplify these messages to more and more people. So from all of us here, thank you very much. Thank you, Lucinda. Thank you, Deborah E. And DJ Rebel. Every drop counts, especially we have drought every year. Kalamunda Garden Festival, thank you. And to all the people over on Insta, thank you for joining in as well. There's been lots of there's been comments over there that I've been yarning about, but yeah, thanks for joining us, everyone, and look forward to Thursday night for WaterNight. Thanks, Chris. Thanks, Clarice. That was almost a one and the same. Chris, Clarice.
Saving time.
Thank you.
I kind of combined you both. Clarice. Yeah, bye, Clarice. I covered you in one. Well, there we go. All right, everyone. Thanks a lot for joining us. Ciao for now.
Night, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, Costa. Thanks, everyone.
Yes.